All right. This is another one of those instances where an older brother, showed me Doctor Who. I think he bought it on DVD, and that was how we were able to see it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to see it unless pirating it or something like that. At the time, this was I mean, nowadays it's a little bit more accessible. But started with the Ninth Doctor, which I thought was pretty cool. Obviously, it was kind of like a shoes to fill until I guess the right person came along. The dude only wanted to do it for one season. I guess he also, coincidentally, one thing I found out, had body dysmorphia issues. I forgot how that fucking actually played in effect within. I don't fucking know, but fun fact. Favorite Doctor? I mean, I'm pretty much only familiar mostly with 9, 10. Yeah, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. I was about to say that fucking the 10th Doctor was Matt Smith, but obviously it's Tennant. I mean, when I was younger, definitely I think Matt Smith was my favorite one. I think maybe it was just because partially it was just like that was the Doctor, I guess at the time or whatever. And David Tennant was just like he was, I guess, like, nah, that's right. Well, he was like my older brother fucking loved David Tennant. I mean, David Tennant really. I mean, looking back on the series. I can't remember the fucking guy's name, and maybe it's best because honestly, he kind of likes. I don't know if he's a recluse or whatever, but he likes to keep to himself. And I'm pretty sure was not a huge fan of the fame and stuff, so I just won't say his fucking name. But he was the Ninth Doctor. He was pretty cool. Honestly, I think he did a pretty decent job. David Tennant, obviously, great. Companion, is fucking awesome. I mean, I don't remember everyone's fucking name. So, I mean, I just remember Rose, I think. Actually, I think Rose is, like, much later. What draws me to it, like most people, the regeneration thing's pretty fucking cool. Nice little fucking gimmick to keep the show going. But also the actual backstory is pretty fucking cool. Sci-fi is kind of interesting. I mean, I always liked British culture, like British humor. I mean, it wasn't exactly about, there wasn't too much. There was, I guess, a little comedy in it, but obviously it was a little bit more adventure and kind of mystery, sci-fi, detectives in space, essentially. That's exactly what, like Sherlock Holmes in space. So I just think about like Spider-Man or any other long-running show that's had many different creators or writers or actors, artists. Well, I mean, I guess technically because there's also movies too. I was originally just talking about comic books, but this is one of those, just like with talking about comic books, but also with Doctor Who. It's spanning many actors, it's spanning many writers, it's spanning many generations, eras. It's been on hiatuses, it's been canceled or whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't know if it's been canceled. Maybe it's always been on hiatus, I guess, would be the real, because I never see it just keeps coming back right now. I think it's on another hiatus. So I actually watched the last season. I rewatched it. I initially had a similar feeling about, as many other people. It's just like, there was like, so, I mean, the amount of budget they put into like some episodes, like literally just had the doctors standing in one place. But, if you really think about the actual story and the actual message, when I rewatched it honestly wasn't that bad of a fucking last season. And honestly, I think it's the 15th Doctor. If I'm not mistaken, because I know the 14th Doctor was back to Tennant for a second, or now it's like we have two doctors running around or something like that. Which, once again, it's like a why the fuck not kind of thing. But at the same time, because it's just an imaginary character, so you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Or maybe they'll just, retcon it or whatever. I can now think about Donna. Let's see. Who else can I name off of from fucking memory? So I picked up the Magic the Gathering, the Commander decks with Time Lords, the fucking Doctor Who. So I mean, I'm now looking at the characters. So I mean, River Song is a familiar character. That's, I guess, that's one of those fucking characters a lot of people fucking like. Forgot about fucking Amy. As I mentioned, Donna. Then there's Martha. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking difficult to find the character names, because obviously how long it fucking spans and shit. But yeah, I think I named off predominantly. I'd say my favorite companion would probably be Rose, and I honestly think that my favorite Doctor is probably fucking Tennant. Or the 11th Doctor. Martha, I remember briefly. I'm pretty sure she was also a tenant. Donna, I think, was tenant too, wasn't she? Everyone's gonna do either that or fucking Smith. That was generally my era, was once again 9, 10, 11. Those are probably my favorite 3 Doctors, most likely. Only because I just kind of fell out. I was trying to rewatch it, and one day I imagine I'm probably gonna catch up with it. And like I said, I watched 15th Doctor's season, which honestly, frankly, it really wasn't that bad, and I honestly would consider watching it again. To be honest, it's just something to just pop on. I mean, they're like, once again, we'll start with that. I do want to say Weeping Angels is fucking dope. Cybermen, dope. Dalek, fucking dope. And all their stories and shit like that, just how, Cybermen are fucking disgusting ass motherfuckers, and so are Daleks as fuck. It's awesome, man. But yeah, the stepping on I guess the bomb, like, once again, like, sometimes, like, realistically, sometimes you gotta be stuck in place. Sometimes you're stuck in fucking place and it sucks, and if you even fucking move slightly, your entire fucking world blows up. I mean, that was an actual, quite literal fucking thing in that case, but, literally, sometimes all you can do is have patience, endurance for patience, and hope that with time, it will eventually figure itself out. So, and there were a couple other episodes that were kind of, honestly, and I remember the music episode a little bit, but that was just from season 15. Obviously, Weeping Angels, that was a fucking cool ass part. I don't know how many times, I don't know if Weeping Angels are a relative new villain per se. Obviously, Cybermen and Daleks are old, and I don't know if the Master had to have showed up at least once within 9, 10, 11. I'm pretty sure. I just can't fucking... Number 11 especially, I don't remember fucking Matt Smith's shit. I guess because I rewatched recently up to... I guess I was in the middle of... like I said, David Tennant, and I don't have HBO Max anymore. I really don't feel like fucking pirating shit. I don't know what the right answer is. I wish we had a giant ass library of free shit, but then once again, I don't know what the right answer is, man. I don't know. But it's just the show, goes on a bunch of whole fucking things, and there's usually a message, and usually the Doctor gets away with it, but sometimes the Doctor doesn't. Sometimes there's a lot of fucking fallout, major fallout that happens. Sometimes that trolley situation where you gotta just, what do you do? And once again, these are characters, and you want this fucking show to go on. So of course, by the end of the day, most likely, the Doctor will get away with it, or he figures it out. You know what I mean? Sometimes the villain gets away with it, though. Sometimes. So, this character is it's also interesting that obviously they look different every generation, but they also have different personalities every generation. Obviously different attitudes, etc. Even though they are just the same person, but they also retain, I believe, all of their memories. There might be some memories that maybe like they were forced to forget or whatever, or maybe some trauma or whatever. That's fucking awesome. But getting back to talking about like philosophical stuff and just real. The British definitely, with the concepts of just like their British humor, like when they're talking about, it forces you to have to think. It forces you to have to think, especially when a lot of it is wordplay, and like in order to even obviously if you're around that enough, it kind of just it's subconscious or whatever, it's second nature, unless you, I don't know. Some people are obviously better than others, blah blah blah. Generally you'd have to, like, the sarcasm can, I don't know, man. So I don't know. The classiness, there's a inherent like super British culture injection into this fucking TV show. Captain Obvious shit, exploring like interpersonal themes. I would say even like definitely delves in fucking mental illness and stuff like that, or just like identity. Easily deals with identity. And obviously the companions that are coming around, they're just kind of like sort of lost souls of sorts, or maybe, I don't know, because it's like, they leave and they just kind of go missing, and like, obviously it's an adventure, but like, they're trying to find themselves. Once it goes back to identity, as I said, just trying to discover oneself and figure oneself out and figuring out what they actually want to do. And, free will, autonomy, doctor offers a situation to you, if someone offers you like an opportunity, do you take it, and then how long do you take the ride for before you get off? Because, all things come to an end eventually, either through death or etc. I mean, other than, I guess, but though, obviously, I guess, they kind of just botched that, doctor can only regenerate so many times, whatever, who gives a shit? Or maybe they didn't actually say that or retconned it, who the fuck knows? But it is a very beautiful thing to see in this case, a television show fucking span this long. There were hiatuses, many of them, but I don't know. It's still just, and obviously it's a bit of that reboot kind of situation, I guess, or a remake kind of, or maybe a combo. That don't usually happen because obviously it failed enough to go on a hiatus in the first place. But once again, a beautiful thing to come back. That there's still, these characters, this world, this universe. It's so remarkable. It's so interesting. It's so deep. I could say some other fucking descriptors, but I wish it was easy to just go, I like it, and that's it. But I guess, one reason why I even do this, obviously, besides do it for fun, is just like, why do I even like it in the fucking first place? And I fucking hate ego, to be honest, but at the same time, though, you gotta at least have some kind of confidence or whatever. And I might not be, a fish can swim, but can it climb a tree? I'm not, I'm smart in certain situations, but I'm fucking dumb in other situations, or I'm capable in some and not capable in others. It's about finding finding my place in the world, etc. Which I think also, Doctor's trying to find his fucking place in the world. He's essentially an orphan by this point. And, he's obviously a lonely, fucking desperate individual and to fucking pull up strangers from a planet not his own, but I guess maybe they just look so much like him that, if it's the closest that he has, or that they have, because it's not always a he, which is cool. That's awesome. Honestly, a transgender fucking doctor would be kind of cool, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, representation is fucking nice. Or for real, just because of the history, an Indian doctor would be pretty fucking cool. Another thing is, like, the doctor definitely fights for equality, equity, and justice. He is not a bigot. He is not a supremacist, as far as I'm aware. You know what I mean? And he just wants to help. Like, he just wants to be. He's just a good person. Or they. I keep on saying he because I'm just thinking like David Tennant or fucking. Once again, it was predominantly a man. Other than until they got to the 13th Doctor, or it was the 14th. I can't fucking remember. No, it's the 13th, right? I think the 13th, not the 12th. 12th was an old guy, I think, again. Can't remember his fucking name. Sorry. Sorry. I was just talking about fucking, like, Star Wars and how easy it is potentially. Well, I didn't know if I was talking about how easy it is, but, temptation of doing, whatever, what feels good. And sometimes what feels good is not the best for, society or a group of people or, whatever the fuck you want to say, a situation, a scenario. And, it's nice seeing, the Spider-Man. I mean, even Spider-Man, like, I'll talk about him another day, but, it's just nice. I mean, obviously, there's been times where I'm sure they've been corrupted in some aspects, but it's just nice, typically, that you got the character that just like, they're gonna stay good no matter what. You will never get them to flip. They will never sell out. And it's not even about the money. It's about fucking like morality. And them knowing that if they give up morality, they're giving up so much more. And not even just for themselves, but for other people too. Because, society doesn't exist because of selfish people. I mean, and I'm sure there's a bit of a balance. Think about the fucking dictatorship or any kind of authoritarian leadership forcing people to do shit. That's one thing. In which that's happened plenty of times. But once again, also, it comes down to the individual. The motherfucker cleaning the streets. The motherfucker, taking care of children. The motherfucker, etc. The mailing shit, the doctor, etc. Without these people, without a single person, without these people working, without a person working together with other people, society doesn't exist. So another beautiful thing about this show is teamwork. We need teamwork. We need compromise. We need people to come together. We need transparency. There's times where the doctor, he can't, maybe sometimes he can't be transparent. It's almost like an FBI, CIA situation. Like, it's like, that's classified information. If I told you, that wouldn't be good. So, or that maybe I'd inherently completely change everything, or I don't know if it's going to or not. And if maybe you can't handle the truth per se, blah, blah, blah. And maybe, just maybe, the idea of regeneration, because we're all going to die, is a beautiful dream, a beautiful fantasy. Could be reality maybe one day, but maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, imagine if you got to live a whole life. I mean, I don't know how long, honestly. Sometimes their lives are cut short, but yeah, just imagine you got to live a whole life, but then you got to remember that life and got to live the next life with all the memories of the first life, and etc. And this motherfucker's on this 15th life. This person, this individual. Because once again, they go beyond gender. They go beyond sex. They go beyond, skin color and culture. I think it might even just be like a story about just a living thing, a living organism, and what a living organism does amongst this entire sandbox we call the universe. I really hate that I called the universe a sandbox, but I can't think of another fucking descriptor of what it could be. Other than like a box. And sometimes the doctor goes outside the box. TARDIS is dope. Duh. Man, I was gonna end this video anyway, but then I called the fucking universe a goddamn sandbox. Fuck. The universe is a vast experience of malleable substances. Is that good?